Brendan Schaub has unofficially been the laughingstock of the MMA and comedy community for quite some time now, but today we'll be making it official. In this video, you'll see Sam Alvey, Michael Bisping, and Sean O'Malley all laughing at Bapa's expense. To pour it on, you'll see big-time comedians like Ari Shaffir, Mark Normand, Bobby Lee, and Nick Swardson all get giggly while making fun of Brenda. Whether they admit it or not, they're part of PF Chang's and honorary homeless cats. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Now roll the clip, Chin.
For the MMA community, why does everybody hate Brendan Schaub?
So it happened when I was on The Ultimate Fighter. He got brought in to help coach us the last half of the season. I had broken my ribs and hurt a couple things during the process, and so I didn't work with him much. We were, cordial and how's it going, coach? How's it going? Same kind of stuff. Then about 2 years later, I was fighting Cesar Mutante, and I hadn't thought or talked about Brendan Schaub since then. He was on his podcast, and he just started talking shit about me. I mean, he just went on and on about how I'm lazy and good for nothing and terrible this, terrible that. Now, you can say whatever you want about me, but lazy I am not. I work my ass off every chance I can. Anytime I can, I will outwork just about anybody. And so based on a guy I only kind of knew and he only kind of saw, he ran his mouth about me. And so from that point on, I decided, I don't like you, Brendan Schaub. And I don't know anything about him other than that.
He was on Team Carwin on The Ultimate Fighter. And I got to be honest, I'm surprised the kid's here now because when he was on The Ultimate Fighter, I was a guest coach. He would quit a lot. He'd quit all the time. And I was like, oh, this kid doesn't have it. He got injured, and then he came back for a little bit. He was their very first pick, and it did not work out on the show.
He's pretty
so
happy
I was like, oh, the kid doesn't have it. So he went to MFC in Canada, did great there, and then got back in the UFC.
Brenda sounds like such a gossipy little housewife. It's embarrassing, B. He's always lying and talking shit about people, and when they fire back, he acts like he's a good dude and claims to not have any issues with that person. Well, guess what, Bapa? Those people obviously have issues with you. And Sam seems like one of the nicest dudes ever, like in every facet, so you have to be a real piece of work to be hated by him. And in that fight that they were watching, Sam Alvey actually went on to KO his opponent in the first round and won the Performance of the Night bonus.
Brendan Schaub and I do a new podcast, The King and the Sting, right?
Schaub?
Yeah.
I thought it was Sharb. Now he's got mental disabilities.
Oh yeah, he got beat up.
I think he's full of or at least like bored. I thought he tested. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a test where he tested like just under. He has trouble if the door says push and it's pull. He can't figure that out.
Oh, we'll stand there. I saw him pressing the wall one time, saying it's not ringing. It's not a doorbell.
Yeah, and you just gotta have compassion and just have patience with him.
Yeah.
Number 3, do you respect Brendan Schaub as a comedian?
Can I trade this question for 2 more questions?
No, you cannot.
You said yes, and the lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Wow! Sorry. Yeah, I don't. I don't.
He looks like a less Brendan Schaub.
I wish Ari would just come out and say Bobski sucks, but that's a full commitment to cutting ties with Rogan, which is the only reason people don't shred Schwab constantly. They're either in with Rogan or hope to be. But Brenda is a total laughingstock at this point. I would almost feel bad for him if he wasn't such a piece of shit.
P.S. Quit stealing my shows on Thick Boy Network and recreating them on Fight Pass, okay? Also, leave Pat Miletich alone.
Oh my God, listen.
Holy shit.
I mean, what is all that about? I mean, does he really think that him and Dana have some fucking rivalry? I'm sure Dana doesn't think of him at all. I'm sure it doesn't enter his mind unless someone brings him up at a press conference or whatnot. And stop stealing my shows off the Thick Boy Network.
I know in my current life, I have friends like Brendan Schaub. What is it?
Brendan Schaub.
Schaub?
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Sheep. Yeah. That guy. And that
Brendan
guy.
Sheep? Is that what you call
Brendan
him?
Schaub is a fucking pussy, and I'm going to say that out loud now. And fuck that guy.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. You're not really fucking breaking news there.
Oh, God. I love it.
I'm joking.
I love you so much.
Come on.
But
I'm only serious.
Yeah.
Have you watched Brenda Swabb's documentary by Beige Frequency? I have.
I love those sneaky little comments by Bisping. Bisping is literally the guy Bapa pretends to be. He is everything that Bapa wishes he was and wants to be so badly.
Brendan Schaub! Brendan Schaub, sir, we're doing a comedy show here. Jesus Christ, come on! Come on! No, he's a nice guy. I actually feel bad for him. Going through hell.
These sexy dudes, like Brendan Schaub's a fucking chiseled, fat
bitch.
Yeah,
Like, he's got the slick hair, the cool shoes, got a chain on. I'm like, I would never even think to put on a chain.
Oh, he's the white part of bacon. Yeah, I always call him the white part of bacon. Well, thick and not good for you.
Yeah, he's a thick crust. And he's got the cheese in there, too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You know, you stretch it, and it pulls. But one, he's got a huge piece and a fat ass. It's crazy.
Brennan Schaub, this is a comedy show, ma'am. All right, Jesus, guys. No, he's a sweet guy, actually. He's a very nice guy. He's nice.
Yeah, Bobby, when was the last time you did Rogan?
Oh, 12 years ago.
Wow.
For real? Yeah. You know, I want to do it. It's just I don't know how.
I bet Schaub could get you in. All right.
It's okay.
God, I love how much Norman constantly jabs at Scoob. He always comes in with steady artillery strikes on Redacto, and poor Bop is the butt of every joke.
You're funny.
Brendan Schaub used to be an MMA fighter, and now he's on Joe Rogan. Yeah, this nigga is awful. He was awful in MMA, and he is awful at stand-up comedy. This nigga is terrible. They gave him a special on Showtime. This nigga was bombing in front of his own audience. Niggas paid to see you. They should just be excited that you're in the fucking room. And people they were like, oh my God, I paid to see this nigga.
Davis isn't even roasting Brenda here, B. Roasting someone implies using jokes to simply make fun of someone, whereas Ryan just straight up assaulted Brencia and gadooshed his ass.
Sometimes I'll just think of weird shit that's
Yeah, what if the guy's an idiot and you're stuck with him forever?
What if it's Brendan Schaub?
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, what?
Fucking Brendan Schaub literally looks like a fucking love seat. He bought a Corvette. That's what it looks like. He looks like Paul Bunyan's gay little son, dude.
He looks like Paul Dud.
Like he'll fucking just axe he'll just axe right through his own butt.
He'll axe body spray you to death. Unlike Callan and Schaub, I can read.
There you go. Outdoor.
Swartzen named every water available Bubba, and all Brenda can do is try to C-clamp his way out of the situation.
You mean the Arlington where Gringo Poppy was filmed?
Wait, is that where that was filmed? How do you know that? How do you know that was filmed there?
I was fascinated by the entire first special on Showtime, putting out the second special on your own.
35 minutes.
25.
Was it really?
It was 25.
Oh my goodness. It's like death by 1,000 self-inflicted paper cuts or something like that.
This clip of Steve-O laughing his ass off at the production of Gringo Poppy really shows how far Schwab has fallen in the last couple years. When Brenda was on Steve-O's podcast a few years ago, Steve-O spoke so highly of him, and at that time, Papa was at his peak. He was on Showtime, he had his first special, and he was about to launch Tiger Piss. And now he's just a fat Patrick doing his podcast, half-wasted on Monday mornings. Anyways, what else you got, Chin?
Andrew versus Brendan. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I did how many things? 30 things. Pretty good. 1.
One thing.
That's very funny.
But the one thing he did was great.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, what was it?
Fighter and the Kid 3D.
3D.
Shout out to
Johnny Schwab and Jason.
To Schwab and Baum.
Schwab and Baum.
Schwab and Baum.
Or Big Head. What's his name? The one with the one that goes.
Who is that?
Shub. Bandy Shub.
Yes, the alleged forefather of P.F. Chang's. Robert will never admit it, but he hates Schwab. He's the antithesis of Bappa, and he'll never admit his dislike for Brenda because he's afraid of confrontation.
And today, we're feeding Sugar Sean. And we're feeding him burritos and coffee. So welcome in, Sean.
Yeah, you got
so about the boxing last night. So what did you think happened in the Deontay
Yeah, so
fight?
I thought, wow.
And that's exactly what I thought. Like, I thought Tyson Fury.
That's a pretty accurate reenactment. For a second I thought I was watching an actual episode of Bappa's Food Truck Diarrhea. I bet Brenda was fuming after watching this, because in this next clip, he goes to show that he can't take a joke.
Russell Peters on there. He's great. And I love seeing Russell because, you know, he always busts my balls. But Russell, last time he made like a joke, a fight joke or something, because he went on after me. And he did that to Laugh Factory. He always makes a joke. I was like, God, it's brutal, man. And I said something to Rogan. I'm like, God, fucking Russell kind of bust my balls, man. It kind of hurt my feelings. Maybe Joe said something to Russell Peters. I don't know. But we were in the back. He goes, what's up, sensitive Sally? You know?
This is a great example of the hack Brent Sia is. He busts everyone's balls, mocks everyone, but then tries to act like he doesn't understand when Russell busts his balls. Truth is, it hurt his feelers, so he cried to daddy. Most comics will develop and hone their roast skills over the years, whereas Schaub is basically the anti-comic in every way. He just throws his Porsche keys to the valet at the Comedy Store and waddles in. Like, how much of an asshole do you have to be to not be liked by two totally different groups of people? Every time his name comes up, the entire room erupts in laughter, and Bappa has absolutely no situational awareness, so he's unable to recognize that he's a punchline. But of course, being that redacted, he continues to make a fool of himself, and the joke continues. Anyways, if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel.
How'd you rate it? How'd you rate it? On a scale to Brandon Schaub to 10, what'd you rate it?
I give it 4 Brendan Schaub.
There we go, baby.
I was in.
Dude, how great is it that Brendan's not here?
I know.
He would fuck up this whole episode.
He'd be like, hey, like, what about the puss?
You know what I mean? Wait, look at my ear, bro. Check out my ear, dude. Are we going to party in Vegas?
That's a great Brendan Schaub impersonation. That's spot on, man.
I think in the future, people shitting will be a thing of the past. Actually,
yeah, you put your phone, like, just put it right against your stomach, and it just fucking absorbs it, and then it sends it right to Brendan Schaub's mouth. It just appears. Brendan Schaub will be like, oh, duh, like eating at some fucking stupid restaurant, and then just shit just fills his mouth like a fucking Italian chipmunk, just harboring nuts for the winter. Oh! And he gets back in his leopard skin Miata that he bought for $8 million because he doesn't know how to buy things.
Dude,
fucking child.
When you
I can't talk.
It's just, you know, it's like, it's a weird thing because I said to Brendan, I said, it's like, you know, it's like watching someone die or something.